And we could see widespread power outages by the time the storm really picks up. Here's a look at the outages right now, already seeing a fair number of small outages scattered across the Bay Area. So, Paul, I'll ask you, I know the rain is coming, but will that bring some wind also?
Yes, gusty winds as we head through the rest of tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So really around sunrise tomorrow could be when we get the heaviest rain and the strongest winds. Zoe Mintz is going to be here covering things live during our morning edition on Saturday. So tune in for that. It's just going to be another one of these storm systems. Exactly. Be ready. Make sure you deflate any of those inflatable Christmas lawn decorations, because
you don't want to see Rudolph just flying across the neighborhood.
Rudolph could literally be airborne later on tonight if you don't do that. Let's take a look at what's on the radar right now. And we do have some showers hitting the ground in the North Bay. The rain gets more intense the farther north you go. Around Santa Rosa, coming down at a moderate clip at the moment. That rain gets less intense as you head farther and farther to the south into Marin County. And there's nothing falling right now in San Francisco, for the East Bay, or in the Santa Clara Valley. That is going to change later on tonight. Let's take a look at the big picture pattern, then we'll get into the specifics here. We are going to be seeing a wet and windy start to the weekend. This is the most powerful storm system it's going to move through in this progression of three that we are in for. Another one on Monday is not going to be as strong. And we do get a little dry break in between. So this storm system moves out, a brief dry break on Sunday, but then you see the next one lining up. That one's going to bring lighter rain to the Bay Area on Monday without that threat of damaging winds. We'll keep an eye on it just in case. Let's take a look at Futurecast, and it shows the showers mainly staying north of I-80 as we head through the next few hours. But by midnight, we are going to be tracking the first wave of heavier rainfall making its way across more and more of the Bay Area. And that's going to push farther off to the east as we head into early tomorrow morning. But another round of heavier rain is going to line up as the sun is coming up. And this is likely when we're going to have some of the gustiest winds associated with something called a narrow cold frontal rain band. Darren Peck's going to be in at 5:30 to dive into that subject in much more detail. That rain slides off to the east, but you see the kind of swirly pattern. That's the heart of this storm system. And as it tracks overhead, some more showers are going to be possible into early afternoon. Finally, that activity starts to die down as we head farther into the afternoon and evening. Looks like by Saturday evening, the showers should be pretty sparse, if not just gone entirely. And then we get to enjoy that dry break as we hit the second half of the weekend. The strongest winds are going to occur overnight, and it's going to be blustery everywhere across the Bay Area, particularly along the coast. That's where the high wind warning is in effect. That's where winds are going to be in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range, gusts potentially up to 60 miles an hour. The winds are still going to be noticeable even as the rain departs. So 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts tomorrow afternoon. Then the winds calm down tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. In the Sierra, this is going to be a good snowmaker, talking about a foot to 2 feet of total snowfall above about 6,000 feet in elevation. The rain snow line is going to sit up around 5,000 feet, more likely seeing several inches of snow at that level. But travel on US 50 and I-80 both is going to be treacherous. And they're going to add up a little bit more snow on top of that as we head through Monday with that next rainmaker headed for the Bay Area. Let's add up all of the rain that is headed our way over the course of the next several days. And of course, as usual, the heftiest amounts are going to occur in the North Bay, anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain on top of what has already fallen and what is falling right now. For the rest of the Bay Area, we're talking about a couple inches of rain around San Francisco and Oakland, even a couple of inches of rain for Concord and Fairfield. Lower amounts in some of the rain shadowed spots, just over 1.5 inches for Redwood City, around an inch for Livermore and in San Jose. And in the Santa Cruz Mountains, of course, you expect some heftier amounts there as the terrain squeezes more moisture out of the atmosphere. Over 2.5 inches of rain, the official forecast for Ben Lomond. I'll show you some forecast model data coming up at 5:30 and show you some of the variability that we're dealing with when we try to figure out exactly how much is going to fall where. It's the tale of two halves of the forecast. We've got unsettled weather through Monday, that next rainmaker not carrying the wind threat along with it. And then things are going to really die down and really just dry out. Temperatures right around 60 degrees for the entire Bay Area, Tuesday through the end of next week. There is another system potentially heading our way a week from tomorrow. So that's the Saturday of the pre-Christmas weekend, always a busy travel weekend. We're going to be watching that once we get out of this current unsettled weather pattern.